Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Laura Afonso. We are live here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center for GoLocal Prov, and I hope that you brought your appetites to watch today because we have some very tasty eats in store for you. For my very first guest, Tom Bucci, thank you so much for joining me today, Tom. I really appreciate it. Tom is from Warwick Ice Cream, a local favorite amongst us Rhode Islanders, longtime family business. Can you start out telling me a little bit about yourself and, and how you got involved with the family biz?
Yeah, so, again, I grew up in Rhode Island.
Okay.
I went to LaSalle Academy, and kind of right from there I just got involved in the family business. And 19 years later, we're here today. As you said, we're a family business.
Yes.
We've been around for 88 years. My great-grandfather started the company.
Great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather.
And his name was?
Jerry.
Jerry.
Yes.
Excellent. So 88 years of making ice cream.
It's a long time.
That is a long time. So at this point, you've kind of got to be pros, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, ice cream is such a big part of what we do.
Yeah.
We make all of our ice cream from scratch. All of our ingredients are sourced as local as possible.
Okay.
Our cream and dairy is sourced from local farms here in New England. Our ice cream is from cow to cone.
Cow to cone.
Cow to cone.
I love that.
That's how fresh it is. So like what we produce for ice cream next week, the dairy's still on the farm.
Wow.
We're the only company in Rhode Island that manufactures ice cream from scratch.
Really?
Correct.
So you guys are really setting a high standard for Rhode Island local ice cream.
We take ice cream very seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we know what it takes to make the best ice cream. And it doesn't take much, just simple local ingredients. And our process hasn't changed much. It's very similar to what our forefathers left us. And
absolutely.
You really don't have to be complicated. You just keep it simple and, just manufacture the best product possible.
Absolutely. So 19 years ago, you got involved in the family business. What kind of things did you start off doing when you first really got involved?
So food safety and cleanliness is very important in any food manufacturing
absolutely.
process. So I started out scrubbing the floor drains, helping cleaning.
Someone's got to do it. It's a good way to get yourself started.
And I literally worked, done every job there, and just work your way up. And I felt like that really puts you in a position to run the company because you've done every job in the business.
Right, so you are aware of what everything entails,
Absolutely.
The shoes that it takes to get every job done.
For sure.
Absolutely. And so now, what position are you serving now?
So we don't really have many titles.
Okay.
We're in a small family business. We do so much, but plant management would be my thing. And my passion's ice cream, but I'm great at leadership and operations and
communications with the community. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And then with that said, going out to different events, it makes it easy to present the product as well.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Everything that's involved in the ice cream, all the ingredients that go in there too. So
right.
It makes it exciting.
Definitely. Now you guys have a spot right on Bald Hill Road, that's correct?
Correct. That's our headquarters, and we've been there for over 70 years.
Okay. Now where was the original location? I saw an old school photo of it not too long ago on Facebook, and that was so cool to see. Now where was that original spot?
So I believe that was right on Route 2 before there was roads.
Oh, okay.
And that's how our great-grandfather started it with the family, and just like things, you kind of grow and you need more space.
Of course.
So they built.
Need more room to make all that ice cream if it became so popular.
Yes.
Okay. So now the spot is on Bald Hill Road. That's where you're making all the ice cream.
Correct.
Everything is coming right from there.
Everything's coming there.
Awesome.
We manufacture between 2,000 to 3,000 gallons of ice cream per day.
Per day?
Per day.
Oh my God. I thought you were going to say like a week or something.
No,
that's a lot of ice cream.
It is. We manufacture ice cream and it's distributed throughout the country, not just Rhode Island.
Really? I didn't realize that. So where else are you sending Warwick ice cream out to?
So through private label, there's a lot of private label brands that we manufacture for. Traditionally you would see Warwick ice cream in New England, Whole Foods, Dave's Marketplace, Stop and Shop.
Right.
Our private label products we produce from here to California.
Okay. So that's great because you can find a pint in your local grocer as well as, you know, we had Cow on here last week, and she was scooping Warwick ice cream into her bubble cones.
Awesome.
So it's something that, you know, whether it's nationwide, small businesses, right in the freezer section of Stop and Shop or Dave's Market, you can find Warwick ice cream. So that way you can support your local businesses, whether, you know, you don't just have to go to a farmer's market to do that. You can find wholesome products right anywhere you turn.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of these flavors that you've brought me today. So classic Autocrat, we obviously know, you know, coffee milk is Rhode Island's state beverage. If you're a Rhode Islander and you don't like coffee milk, don't tell anyone that because they're probably going to exile you. Yeah, I know. So you've teamed up with Autocrat to make the best coffee ice cream.
Yeah, in 2015 we approached Autocrat, and we've had a long-term relationship with them, and
yeah.
They were like, let's do it. So we ended up launching coffee milk ice cream in 2015, and it was a hit. And you know, from there, like, the sky's the limit.
Right.
You know, you just, like, we think about ice cream all day. We think about so many different things: flavor profiles, names, package sizes, designs, and we were like, let's just keep it going.
Yeah.
So in 2000, plus when we came out with it, it was a hit. It exceeded our expectations.
Right.
We didn't really know what to expect, but when we were selling out, we were like, wow,
You're like, they really like it.
We have to increase.
You have to give the people what they want.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, now we're at the stage where variety. You know, we have our ice cream formula, and we can take it from here to there easily.
Right. Now, family recipes, family recipes, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, you know, we have formulations that were handed down from our great-grandfather.
Okay. Yeah.
Things have changed a little bit in our industry. The trend is natural, and it's
Yes.
been like that for the past 5 years.
That's a very good trend to be.
Yeah, and no artificial, you know, colors or ingredients.
Right.
So,
You know, when you look at the label, it's a pretty short list of ingredients. You're not seeing the big paragraph of all those, you know, sneaky chems that you can really get into, especially in the sugar world. So it's nice to know that you guys are using local products, but you're also using natural products as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and you don't have to, you know, be complicated to make the best ice cream. It's very simple. The bigger guys, you know, they tend to have an overloaded ingredient declaration with words you cannot pronounce because they're making their ice cream on a price point.
Okay.
We want to make our goal is to make the best ice cream.
Quality.
We want to wow our customers.
Yeah.
Because we know they'll be back for more.
Absolutely. So Autocrat, and then that led to the variation of cookies and coffee milk.
We were thinking, like, how can we top Autocrat? And I was eating Oreos with my son one night, and we were like, well, why don't we just, and I said, why don't we just add cookies? And that kind of just how it happened.
Yes.
We did a couple pints, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is just
fantastic.
Good. And with Autocrat coffee milk and cookies, we actually use whole cookies. People like chunks too, right? Not just like, oh, where is the cookies?
Right, not just a little, you know, crumbling, smash it up and then mix it in. You want to have like a big chunk of cookie, you know, because I'm the kind of person that I'm going to dig around and look for it. Yeah, no, I want to find those big pieces of cookie. But I'm going to tell you right now that coffee and Oreo ice cream is one of my, I would say, top two. I always leave the other space open because you never know what other kind of flavor you're going to meet. But
cookie dough's like solid too.
Yes, anything with cookie. But
I
actually tried you at Taste of Our Eye for the first time, and I was just like, this might be the best coffee Oreo ice cream I've ever had because you guys are using Autocrat. You're using good products. You know, that coffee flavor that you can really get from that Autocrat syrup. It just really shines through.
Excellent, thank you. That's a great critique.
Oh my God,
very descriptive.
I love that. I love your ice cream.
You're on your way to become an ice cream connoisseur.
I think that's what my really life pursuit should be. So over the summer, you had some really exciting releases. You started off Moonstone Vanilla. Moonstone Beach, if you don't know, was previously Rhode Island's nude beach.
I've never been there.
I had never been either.
I heard a lot of good things, but I haven't been. It
was a beloved beach. I'm not exactly sure what year, you know, they made you show up in a bathing suit, but I really like the correlation between Moonstone Beach and ice cream because it's stripped. It's just, you don't need any of the extra additives. It's just pure vanilla ice cream.
And Laura, people think vanilla is just vanilla, and they're mistaken because vanilla is so deep. There's so many different vanilla extracts.
Okay.
There's, you know, country of origin plays a big part of it.
Right.
All of the beans that we use are from Madagascar.
Really? And that's nice, are very high quality from Madagascar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, we didn't want to make a vanilla that kind of just, the flavor just went away, just like Autocrat.
Right.
When you taste it, you're like, wow. It's very, you know, the bourbon vanilla extract is smoky, robust, very flavorful. And it's like, I just want to keep eating more, and then the pint's
gone. You know, we've all been there.
Yeah.
On the couch, have a whole pint. Hey, what are you going to do? But the next, which was like a huge hit, I think that every Rhode Islander saw it and actually, like, you know, notched out time in their schedule to make it to the grocery store to find it, was the Del's lemonade ice cream.
That's the newest, you know, besides Moonstone, that's the newest one.
Yeah.
And that was the trickiest one. We've worked with Del's for over a year on the R&D part.
To get the recipe right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was more on the flavor profile side.
Okay.
So you could either be very lemony and it's like, wow, this is too much, or you can, you know, be where, you know, tone it down and you can taste lemon on the backside, but we want we're ice cream guys, so we want that fresh dairy to come
through
on the front
and
the lemon on the backside.
Right.
So that was a challenge getting it just right.
Has to be a perfect balance.
Exactly. We feel like we've did that.
I think you did a great job, and I think that it's the perfect balance between sweet and tart, because like you said, you don't want to get a mouthful of like zingy lemon, but you also don't want it to just be so subtle that it's getting lost in the creaminess. So I think that you guys really nailed it. If you love Del's lemonade and you love that summery, you know, frozen slushy drink in a cup, this is it in pure ice cream form, and I really don't think that it gets any better than that. Yes. One of the favorites. Now, you guys were at the Rhode Island Food Fights Ice Cream Throwdown, and we saw you there with your mascot, and he was dancing around.
Yes.
We managed to get a picture with him. We were very lucky.
Awesome.
Yeah, we loved it.
That was a great time.
Yeah, we had an awesome time, and I believe you guys were winners for that day?
Yeah, we won best ice cream.
Best ice cream at the Throwdown.
Jim Nellis at Rhode Island Food Fights really
Yeah,
knows how
shout out to
throw a
Jim.
party.
He definitely knows, you know, if you're going to throw a party, you might as well make it an ice cream party. Get all the
Those are
adults
the
to
best
come out.
ones.
Yeah, it was awesome. We loved the flavor. You know, it was such a good, creamy, it was what, I think it was chocolate with caramel and...
We did so many different flavors. I think it was State of Corruption.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was really good.
Sinfully
It
good.
was definitely sinfully good, yes. Well, we are really looking forward to what you have in the works next. So you've got some new flavors coming up relatively soon-ish.
Correct, yeah. We've been, with what we've done and where we're going, we've been growing leaps and bounds, and people just want more, and with that comes variety.
Of course.
So even though our peak season is moved on and we're heading into fall and winter, we have a lot of work we're working on.
This is the time that you work.
Yep,
Summer is the time that it all comes out, and that's where it's really popular and everyone wants their ice cream. Winter is when you get to the grindstone and really get to it.
Planning phase and the R&D for all of the new flavors that we're going to launch in 2019. And it's a fun time because you can, you know, take your ideas and bring them to the pilot lab and work them out, and you know, in springtime you have a finished product that people love, and especially
must be very rewarding.
It is very rewarding. It is
definitely.
You know, so there's a lot in the books, and we have a lot of work to do.
Of course.
Make sure you guys stay awake for our new flavors coming out in 2019.
Absolutely. So where can our viewers find you on Instagram? That way they can stay up to date with what flavors you have coming out and places that they can find you. They want to make sure that they can get their hands on a good pint.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Warwick Ice Cream Co. Our product can be found at Dave's Marketplace, Whole Foods, Stop and Shop, Brigido's, IGA's, Market Basket. We just started with Market Basket.
Right.
And so many other smaller mom and pop, Four Town Farms, Clements Market, Lee's Marketplace.
You guys are everywhere.
I mean, if you have a good product, it's
in demand.
People want it.
Absolutely.
You just got to make sure it's there. So.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's fun too, because you know you have the relationship with these store owners, and for us that's what's important. It's quality products, the customer, continuing our family's tradition.
Absolutely. Well, we can't wait to see where you're going next year, 2019. Some more Rhode Island themed flavors in the works. and I just can't wait to see what you guys have in store, or in pint, I should say.
It's going to be great.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you bringing all these ice cream flavors for us to sample. We already know which one is my favorite, but I'll let everybody else in the studio take their own pick. But don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with our second guest. Thanks for tuning back in. We have our second guest, Eldridge from Pasta Beach. Thank you so much for joining me today. Of course. So if you haven't checked out Pasta Beach, it is definitely a must-add to your to-do list. And they have 3 locations, so you really have no excuse, because they're everywhere at this point. So thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, your background, your involvement with Pasta Beach?
So I'm one of the owner's sons. I was born in the U.S., but I grew up in Italy and came back to high school sophomore year. And so pretty much the background of myself, I just graduated a year ago from Cornell. I'm currently working for my parents. I've grown up working for Pasta Beach, and I just love the hospitality industry, and it just makes me so happy to work for my parents.
Absolutely.
So being born in the U.S., my parents were currently living in Italy. My mom's American from Rhode Island.
Oh, wonderful.
And my dad's from Torino, and he's an oral surgeon there.
Okay.
And he still practices there. So we would come back every summer, July and August. We would spend here in the U.S., living in Italy because my dad's there.
Yes.
And my dad always had this dream inside him, ever since my parents met, to open a restaurant.
Yes.
And one day, he was here in October, and he calls my mom. My mom was in Italy with my brother and myself. And he's like, I found the perfect place. It was this location on Memorial Boulevard in Newport.
Okay.
It was an old gas station.
Really?
And he's like, I found it. We're doing this.
Yeah, and who would think that a gas station would turn into an incredible, you'd be able to sit down for an amazing pasta dish in what used to be a gas station.
Yeah.
And you guys did an amazing build out there. Yes.
My parents had no experience in the restaurant industry.
So then how did they become restaurateurs then?
So being back in the summer, we never knew what to eat because we're used to what I do. I eat pasta every day.
You eat pasta every day?
I eat pasta or bread every single day.
You live the life.
Sometimes 3 times a day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So every meal you have some sort of carb, bread or pasta. Wow.
So
I'm very jealous.
Coming back in the summer, we could never find a restaurant where we could go out and eat. And as I told you, my parents have no restaurant experience, and they both hate to cook.
Okay, so they hate to cook, and you're in Newport, and you're looking for something that's really good, and you're kind of spoiled because you're coming from Italy and all of this incredible, amazing food, just really fresh and delicious. So you're now in Newport. You're looking for somewhere to eat, and did the light bulb just go off?
The light bulb went off because we would always have friends over for dinner.
Yes.
And my dad would never know what to cook.
Okay.
So we would always call my grandma in
Uh-huh.
Italy, and they would, over the phone, he would be like, I need something easy, simple, and just quick to make.
Okay.
And my grandma would always give him these just everyday recipes
Nice.
that usually every Italian knows how to make.
Okay.
My dad had no idea how to make them.
Okay, so he's on the phone, grandma's
Yep.
telling him step by step how to pan fry the chicken, how to make the pasta, all
Or
of that.
just even just a simple spaghetti vongole and a white sauce,
Okay.
or spaghetti pomodoro.
Yes.
And we would do it over the phone as our friends were there.
Mhm.
It was kids, it was grown-ups.
Yeah, it was a big party.
And it would be the first time that my dad made this dish,
Mhm.
and everybody loved it.
It'd be wow.
From
Yeah.
5-year-old kids to
Yeah.
adults. And I think that's when the light bulb went off, and my dad was like, imagine if I brought a chef from Italy over,
Okay.
and we just made very simple, everyday cuisine.
Okay.
Well, we eat every day in Italy.
Right.
So even the pasta spaghetti pomodoro is one of the simplest dishes you can make,
Okay.
but when it's made correctly, it's amazing.
Out of this world.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's super light. It's just, you really taste that tomato.
Yes.
And there's very few ingredients that go in
And
it.
that's what you want to taste. You want to
Exactly.
be able to see that brightness, that little bit of acidic from the tomato, some sweet basil to complement it. You really want to find those quality ingredients to shine through. You know, and what I love most about Pasta Beach's menu is just that it's simple, it's approachable, and that it's not Italian-American, it's Italian-Italian. So it's really what you would find on a menu in Italy, but it's right here in Rhode Island for us to try. So Pasta Beach is born from Grandma's recipes being iterated over the phone to the Newport Summers, and Pasta Beach comes, first location opened up in Newport in
2002.
2002.
Yeah. And at the beginning it was very seasonal.
Okay.
So we would only open from May until September. So it was those 4 months while we were here a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it was very family run, and it still is.
Of course.
Yes. And so that took off. It was 2002.
Mm-hmm.
It was very successful. People loved it.
Yes.
It was something that people had never really experienced yet.
Okay.
And then slowly, longer and longer the months became. So we would open in April, close in October, and then soon enough we were open year-round.
Year-round, right.
Yes.
You know, the people of Newport wanted their pasta, and they wanted it fresh. Yeah.
Even Boston is another one of those stores where my dad was here in the fall.
Okay.
So in Boston we're on Rose Wharf, so by
Yes.
the aquarium at the Archway.
Okay.
And one day he was just passing by, and he always dreamed about, he always loved that location,
Yes.
but there was another restaurant in there. And one day he was passing by, it was in the fall,
Mhm.
and he always calls up my mom. We were in Italy, and he calls my mom and says, they're leasing it. And my mom was like, oh my God.
Here we go again. Yeah.
She's like, she's like, don't you have enough on your plate right now? You're a doctor in Italy. You already have one restaurant.
He's
We
like,
already have,
"No."
we already have to go back and forth every month to
Yep.
check in on it. Don't you have enough? And
He
my
says
dad
that.
has, when he wants to do something, he does it.
He's determined.
He's
He
very
wants a
determined.
full plate.
Exactly.
He wants a full plate. Absolutely.
I always joke with my dad, I'm like, he always says he's going to retire one day. I'm like, always, no, you're not.
No, he's not.
You like it too much.
The second you think he's going to retire, he's going to call your mom when she's in Italy and say, honey, I'm opening up another restaurant.
That happened in
That's-
Providence.
Oh, okay. So it happened the third time. And
Exactly.
when did Providence open?
Providence, we opened 2 years ago, this past August.
Right.
Yeah,
So you're right in Wayland Square.
exactly.
Beautiful location. The build out is absolutely gorgeous in there. It's very comfortable. It's like, you know, summery. Even in the wintertime, you can feel like really comfortable in there. It's really beautiful. I love it. And you guys just opened up upstairs dining for larger parties, I
Exactly.
understand.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's
so
great.
upstairs, we do open it on weekends.
Okay.
And it's an overflow.
Yeah.
For extra seats. And during the week and sometimes on weekends, we have private events up there.
Perfect.
So actually tonight, as soon as I'm finished here, I
Yes.
actually have to go back and we'll be setting up for an event tonight.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
There you go. So you
We
can have.
We can seat about 30 to 40 people
Wow.
up there.
Okay, so that's always good to keep in mind if you really want to
Exactly.
wow your guests with some fresh pasta. There's plenty of space for you at the Wayland Square location. Excellent. So tell me a little bit about what you've brought me today. It looks like some really gorgeous pasta.
Exactly.
You know, hence the name Pasta Beach. By the way, I love the name Pasta Beach. It really evokes some happy thoughts because you think of a beach and just that like, relaxation. Nothing's better than being on a beach. And I don't really know if I can think of anything better than a bowl of pasta. So it's two really awesome things put together.
So the name Pasta Beach came out because my mom saw this article in Vogue back in the 90s where it said life is a beach.
Life is a beach.
Life is a beach.
Yes.
And it was just these pictures of these people on the beach, happy, calm, relaxed.
Yeah.
And that's the feeling we want at Pasta Beach. We want everybody is a family there. Like, so an example is the chefs, when they literally come visit us, we have dinner with their families. Even our managers, currently our manager in Newport is on vacation with my parents in Italy.
That's so nice.
So it's just a family atmosphere.
It's a family affair.
And we all, we all very much like each other. We work together.
You have to like each other. Yeah, absolutely. Excellent. So we have a pomodoro.
Yep, spaghetti pomodoro. And this is, I always bring this because it's my mom's favorite dish. And it's kind of where the simplicity of Pasta Beach comes from.
Okay.
It's the center of Pasta Beach.
Yes.
Because it's that simple dish, everyday dish that in Italy you'll eat 4 or 5 times a week sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
But as I said before, when it's made correctly, it's so simple
it's
but
beautiful.
so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And your pastas are always cooked al dente?
Al dente.
The way to do it. That's the proper way.
And the chefs, when you ask them something that's not Italian, they'll freak out.
They say, no way, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why we don't put chicken in pasta. We don't have we don't have your pasta with meatballs. We don't have your veal parmesan.
Right.
Because our chefs and ourselves, we just want to serve the most authentic plate of pasta or Italian food that we can.
Right.
And we want to make you feel like if you're sitting at a dining room table, either at home or at a restaurant in Italy, at a trattoria, that this is what you would receive.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't receive a pasta with chicken. If you do want chicken in your pasta, we will do grilled chicken on the side.
Okay.
And you can still have it, but we want to give you the plate as authentic as it can be.
And we should definitely appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're going for authenticity, if you are eating pasta, you should want it exactly how it's intended to be prepared. So if in Italy they don't put the chicken on top of the pasta, I want it how they do it because they know how to make pasta. So absolutely put my chicken on the side. And like you said, you're not getting the pasta and meatballs and the chicken parm. You're getting traditional, classic cuisine that you would find in Italy. And I think that we can definitely appreciate that. Now, what is this that we have here?
So this is the tagliatelle asparagus prosciutto.
Wow.
And it's one of the favorites. That's why I brought it.
I can tell. Yes. So fresh prosciutto, asparagus, and what kind of sauce is this in?
So it's asparagus, prosciutto di Parma, and a very light cream sauce.
Yes.
With just a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt.
You don't need much more.
Exactly.
Absolutely beautiful.
And all the dishes are cooked to the moment, on the spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you also have great pizzas and lots of other, sandwiches, paninis. You have that big, beautiful pizza oven right in Wayland Square.
So the oven is actually sent over from Italy.
From Italy.
We buy the ovens in Italy and then send them over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, it's not the only thing that you are having brought in from Italy. Now, your kitchen staff is also on a visa from Italy, specifically to cook this pasta just for you.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit about the kitchen staff and how that works.
So currently in Providence, we have Giovanni Marzano, which he's the head pizza chef there.
Yes, he's wonderful. We love him.
Then we have Davide Negri.
Okay.
And he's from just outside Milano.
Wow.
And then Marco Morini, and he's from Torino, so my hometown.
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
See,
And
they're
most
here.
of them, when we talked to them, we hired them, it's their first time coming to the U.S.
Wow. So the first time here, they're in Rhode Island, and they're making pasta, they're making pizzas, and that's just incredible. We hope that they like Rhode Island. It has a lot to offer here. I hope that they do, yeah. So that just goes to show everything is really very authentic, very classic. Not just how it's prepared, but it's who's preparing it as well. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. We're really going to dig into this pasta. I think that I'm going to go with this one, but it's kind of a hard choice. But don't go anywhere. We have our third guest coming right up. Thanks for tuning back in. For our third and final guest, we have Ian here from Milk Money. Sous Chef, thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you being here. So another one to add to your list, Milk Money right here in downtown Providence. Relatively new to the Providence dining scene, but definitely has left a big impact with their dinner menu. Their brunch just is absolutely incredible. And of course, their cocktails, which are craft made, are absolutely spectacular. So let's start off. I'd like to hear a little bit about yourself, how you kind of got into the industry, and how you came to Milk Money.
Well, I moved to Providence from Brooklyn, New York, where I started cooking. I was running a law office previously and decided to drop all of that and enter into the kitchen.
Wow.
Worked my way up to sous chef there, ran a couple of kitchens, met my partner who's from Rhode Island, and we moved back here to do a little bit of chicken farming and vegetable farming.
Wow.
Popped around at a few places and ended up at Milk Money with a friend that I've met along the way here, and we just took over the kitchen a couple of months ago and doing a lot of revamping, changing a lot of things, trying to keep it fresh and original, give people a lot of options.
Yes, I think it's important to always have an option, something for everybody on the menu.
Absolutely.
Yes. So you started, you were at a law firm, and you said, I'm over this, I'm ready to pursue something that I really have a passion for, cooking, farming. That's really wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I found myself sitting behind a desk every day, and it was just not for me, going a little stir crazy. The passion has always been cooking. I've been the family and neighborhood backyard chef.
They come to you.
Absolutely,
Yes.
all the time.
Awesome. So you started at Milk Money, and that's pretty recent?
Yes, we've been there for now about 3 months. The chef and I, his name is Will, we took over the kitchen to try to bring them a little bit more variety, trying to do a little more Mediterranean, a little more worldwide tapas, give people an experience throughout the entirety of the menu.
Beautiful.
We have some American classics, and we have some things that are a little bit less traditional here.
I like that. Yes. I think that one of your favorite, my favorite items on your menu is from brunch, and this kind of speaks to that. Lots of variety, something that's different, not just your traditional, okay, I'm going to have, you know, pancakes and waffles for brunch. You have a wonderful duck toast.
We were serving a confit duck leg on brioche toast with whipped lemon ricotta.
Oh my gosh.
Pickled mustard seeds, a lot of herbs. Done
Just
really,
amazing.
really nice.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. But I think that that item speaks to that you know, it's not your just traditional run-of-the-mill menu items. It's things that are done well, that are different, that you're not necessarily going to just find anywhere else.
We try to give people variety. We take our time with the ingredients, try to source as locally and as well as we can when possible.
Right.
And just treat the ingredient well and do our best to not ruin it as we're giving it to the customer.
Right, so that's something that I've never really heard, don't ruin it. And I think that that's something to keep in mind because you have beautiful, fresh ingredients that you can ruin. Honestly, if you throw something, you know, too much seasoning that doesn't necessarily need to be there or added ingredients that aren't necessary, keep the simplicity of it. It's beautiful as it is. So I think that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, we're trying to source from local farmers and we're trying to present their product in the best way possible.
Of course.
Because we like to give back to the community and make sure that the dollars spent in Providence kind of stay in Providence.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you present their product with the same pride that they took in growing it.
And that must be a great relationship that you have with those local farmers.
Absolutely.
Probably a lot of mutual respect, I would assume.
You would hope.
Yes. Yeah, and of course that's a very Rhode Island thing to do. Keep it local, keep it right in the community, be able to give back to those farmers because they're there for us and, you know, we want to be able to enjoy their food too. Yes. So what did you bring me today? Because this looks absolutely incredible. Some chicken, delicata squash. You know, I'll let you do the talking.
This is one of the newer items on the menu for the fall going into the winter. We have a herb rub, smoked and roasted chicken.
Smoked and roasted.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And it's going with 4 Town Farms delicata squash and
beautiful
some pea greens. Top with a nice little cranberry, golden raisin gremolata. And it's one of the larger dishes. It's
so this is an entree. Oh, meant to be shared. Okay, well it is.
You're ambitious enough to take
that is a lot of chicken. A lot of chicken, definitely.
Whole half chicken.
Absolutely. Now smoking it and roasting it must make the skin nice and crispy, I can tell. I bet the meat nice and juicy, tender.
Juicy, tender, and delicious every time.
The only way to have it. And I have to say, when I see golden raisins in a dish, I'm over the moon. I think that golden raisins add the nicest little They're like little pouches of sweet.
Yeah,
They just add
treat.
nice and like exactly like little candies to your dish. And delicata squash, it just screams fall. This dish looks absolutely wonderful. So you guys really specialize seasonal menu items. If you're sourcing locally, of course, seasonal makes a lot of sense because what's in season is what you're going to be putting on the menu.
You want to put what's best at the height of its flavor, and you do what you can to preserve it, to extend the seasons as much as you can. We do a lot of fermenting. That's
Okay.
why we do the smoking, is you try
Yeah.
to take the product at its best and keep it at its best for
Preserve
as long
it.
as possible.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Do you have a favorite dish to cook on the menu? That must be a loaded question, but
They're all my favorites.
They're all your
We have
favorites.
I do this dish right now that I call it a squash fondue. It's also a delicata squash.
okay,
So we
you have
do-
my attention. Squash fondue.
Cut it in half,
Mm-hmm.
scoop out the insides, roast it, and whip it with goat cheese, sage, a little bit of maple.
Oh my
salt,
gosh.
pepper. Then we re-stuff it back in, and then we smother it in Parmesan cheese, roast it until it's golden, and serve it with a little bit of fried sage.
Get out of here. That sounds ridiculous.
It's a treat. It's a little decadent, but again, like we like to be able to give people opportunity
Yeah.
to share. As we have a lot of items to choose from, so you get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you have a wide range of flavors.
That definitely sounds very flavorful. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of savory. That sounds excellent. That sounds like fall in a dish. Now, are you dipping anything in that, or are you kind of just going right in with a fork?
Going right in with the
Oh,
fork.
right.
You can't dip
I like
bread.
that style.
We roll and grill our own flatbread to order, so you're able
Oh, wow.
to dip that as well in there as well.
Yeah. Now, in addition to excellent food, you have a phenomenal bar program. I know that the bartenders take it very seriously when they're making a cocktail. Craft cocktails, can you tell me a little bit about what they've got shaken over there?
It's the same as the kitchen. We try to take time, and they're doing a lot of ferments, doing a lot of shrubs, making their simple syrups, really taking assurance to doing their best again to give the customer the height of the quality of
Right.
the season and what's local and what's available. Wild creativity, very welcoming and engaging bar staff. We like to bring people in and keep them, try to create that family atmosphere that every restaurant really does.
Right. Well, it is a very home feeling when you step in the restaurant. It's very rustic, cozy. It's definitely comfortable, and I think that it's easy to have a enjoyable, relaxed meal in there, especially when the kitchen is bringing their A game, the bar staff is making specialty cocktails, and they're energetic about it. It's kind of hard to not have a good time.
Yeah, when the staff cares and the staff is having fun, it comes out in the food and it comes
Yeah.
out in the service, and you really see that you can work, but you can also enjoy what you're doing.
Absolutely. So between dinner, sounds like the squash fondue is going to be my next on the menu next time I go in. Brunch, dinner, cocktails, you guys are covering all the bases.
Absolutely. We do
Now-
a weekly lunch as well,
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were open for lunch.
Wednesday through Friday.
Wednesday through Friday for lunch, every day for dinner,
Every day but Tuesday for dinner.
every day but Tuesday for dinner, and then Sundays for brunch.
Saturday and Sunday brunch,
Saturday
starting
and
at
Sunday.
9 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh,
Go
bright and
about
early.
2, and gets packed, so come early and come hungry.
The only way to show up is hungry. Absolutely. So some really exciting kind of in the details very early. There's a new restaurant coming from the restaurant group, which will be Huck's. Do you know any details about that?
I know that it's going to be in East Greenwich, and there's a lot of focus going to be on gastro to pubish type menu. It's going to be fast casual, but
Fast
still
casual.
elegant, and just trying to expand the brand and bring the same love and care that all their other restaurants do to East Greenwich.
Absolutely. Well, if you're able to bring anything that Milk Money has to offer to East Greenwich, I'm sure that the town is going to be ecstatic about that.
And we hope so.
Yeah, excellent. Well, can you tell us where we can find you on Instagram, just so that our followers can find all of the specials?
You can see all the food at Eat at Milk.
Eat at Milk.
Yeah, and they do a good job of tagging all the chefs and
Yeah.
all the bartenders and a lot of the servers and the farms where we get our food. So it's a good way to find anybody related to the restaurant. And
Right.
all their
Can
other
see what you're doing, what you're up to, what you're farming.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to farm?
Right now we're growing a Hubbard squash variety. My personal backyard farm, we do a seed sharing program, so we've gotten seeds from people all over the world. And
Wow.
we try to grow and then share. So we we collect seeds from everybody, and the rule is you get a third, you keep a third, and you share a third with someone else.
That's
and that
great.
way, everybody's able to kind of produce a little bit for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's sharing the wealth of seeds, and that's a great way to get produce from all different areas of the world right in the backyard.
Yep.
That's wonderful. Well, if you're looking for that local craft cocktail to pair with an excellent dish, definitely check out Milk Money. Can you tell me the address just so we can find you guys?
566 Water Street.
Awesome. Right near downtown,
Yep.
right by the water.
Yep.
Awesome.
Right across from Al Forno restaurant.
Easy. Well, thank you all very much for tuning in. I hope that you all worked up quite an appetite today so you can go out and get a nice hearty dinner, maybe at Milk Money tonight. But don't go anywhere because we have Kate coming on at 4 o'clock right here in the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. And until next week, we'll see you soon.